Hello! I just want to actually make an update video on a few comments that actually appeared on one of our Drunk Seawater posts and videos. The one about Africa actually made me a bit smart because couple of days ago I had a friend asking me if I wanted to actually go either to Africa or somewhere else, because I'm actually a member of the Red Cross, and she was saying, oh, but you should actually go there, you know, there's so much work to do, blah blah blah. And I just turned around and said, you know, here in Ireland, I mean, there's enough work as well, you know, there's still actually people that actually need help, you know, you don't need to actually go right across the world to actually find poverty, to find, you know, despair, to find a lot of things that are not right. So when that video actually came along with the thing about little African children actually dying of hunger, yeah, of course does happen. By the way, it actually happened like for the past 50 years, and I believe it's going to actually still be happening for the next 50 years. Why? Well, it's just Africa is actually, well, the example wasn't actually well chosen anyway, because they always actually pick on Africa, but it's actually so specific that, you know, it's not really a good example in itself. But with Africa and why people actually still dying of hunger, it's not because they're mentally ill or there's actually issues like that. They have, of course, but it's because of the government. You know, it's because of the officials, the local governments. There's actually enough food and aid that actually being sent to these countries, like all the time, like every day. You've got truckloads. It's been ferried. It's been, you know, dropped by plane. You know, so help is there. But the thing is, once they're actually there, it gets split. You know, it gets split, and the army usually take a big chunk of that. So the local farmer, you know, in the middle of his desert, is probably not really going to get that much. So that's what actually the problem is. So it's terrible, but that's the truth. Like what actually happened in these countries, they tend to actually keep this mass amount of population starved and poor to keep them under control. That's all there is, basically. There's no real other reason apart from keeping them under control. It's actually very easy to do, you know, to keep these guys just under control. So that is why. And with the amount of food that worldwide we actually generate, believe me, we can actually feed everyone on this planet. You know, everyone. You know, if we really wanted to, you know, nobody really needs to actually die of hunger anymore. I mean, there's enough food. When you see the amount of food that's actually being wasted, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, if you actually go at the back of your local restaurant after like a Friday or Saturday night and you check out their bins, now don't do that. You know, do not do that. But I'm actually just saying, you know, you'll be amazed of the amount of food that was actually thrown out or, you know, and just like binned, basically. So, you know, we actually waste a lot. I'm not just talking about the waste of the food itself, but I'm just talking about, you know, the packaging and all the rest of it. I mean, if you actually just like spend like, you know, after 1 week, just check just yourself the amount of crap we put in the bin, it's just crazy, you know, the cartons and blah blah blah. So, but yeah, that's another story. So yeah, with the amount of food that we actually produced worldwide, you know, I mean, there's no excuse. You know, we can actually feed everyone on this planet. But, you know, if people actually still, you know, in these countries, they're still actually dying and still actually having these issues, it's because the local governments. So that's sad, but that's it. Yeah, so that's actually, yeah, that was just actually a little update. That's just, you know, oh yeah, people might actually say, oh yeah, but how do you know that? Well, I do know that because my father was actually born in Zaire, in Africa, and he lived there 18 years. So when he was actually young, they actually had like these issues already. So it didn't really improve with time. So that's why. But I mean, it's not new, not new news anyway. I mean, you can actually just check the web and Google it, and you see that's actually it's been going on for years anyway. I don't really think it's going to actually stop anytime soon. So that's that. Oh yeah, look, I actually got this little baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't have time to actually use it yet, but that's a GoPro HD3 Hero 3 Plus. It's actually pretty neat. So it's got actually an extended battery pack, and can actually go on the water and everything. So I will actually give it a try in the next few days. I can actually put it in the car and everything, so that should actually be good. And then see how it goes. So that's that. So I'll be able to actually do more videos about it. Yeah, so that's Africa for you. So have a nice day and actually be kind to each other.